Let me start with a question. And the question is, what is the most Jewish type of sentence? Is it the statement of fact, the declarative? Is it the imperative, the command? I would argue no. The most Jewish type of sentence is the question, the interrogative, because you see this everywhere in Judaism. You see it, the 4 questions at Passover. We are a questioning people. We are a curious people. I remember reading the Jewish Book of Why. You see it in culture. Jerry Seinfeld with a phrase, what is the deal with? And so that's a question. There's the question me and I think other Jews ask when things go wrong, which is why me? Why us? So I had this insight about questions because I'm a writer and I'm writing a book right now about puzzles and the meaning of puzzles. And as part of that, I found this long tradition of Jewish puzzles and riddles specifically. So I wanted to run by a few Jewish riddles by one of my favorite entertainers, the writer, actress, and comedian, Michaela Watkins. So let me welcome Michaela. Thank you, Michaela, for coming. I'm very excited. I'm a big fan, of course. So I am going to give you 6 Jewish or Yiddish riddles, and then you can guess or not guess as you see fit. And just to let you know, they're kind of, they're decades, sometimes centuries old. So they're not the edgiest, they're not like, they're not like Chris Rock. They're old.
They're Will Shortskovich.
There you go. Exactly. Okay. First riddle, Yiddish riddle. How many bagels can you eat on an empty stomach?
How many bagels can you eat on an empty stomach? Well, I know that every question in Judaism is answered with by a Jew is answered with another Jew, which is like, so I think the answer is, you think so little of me, my stomach is empty?
I like that. I actually like that better than the actual answer, which is 1, because after you eat the first bagel, your stomach is no longer empty.
That's that would be, my father's a mathematician. He'd be very disappointed in me here.
Well, my father's a lawyer. I feel it's very lawyerly. It's like, get the fine print. All right. Second riddle. This is actually a 2-parter. I kind of like this one. It's not, you're not going to do a spit take, but here it is.
Okay.
Part 1. What's the hardest thing in the world? What's the hardest thing in the world?
The hardest thing in the world is the hardest thing in the world is the hardest thing in the world. I hope people at home are trying to guess, because the answer is not my Tinder date the other night. I don't know what is the hardest.
Yeah, that was on the shtetl. That was the answer. Exact. How did you know? No, it is to recognize your own faults. Okay.
And these are very okay. Yes. Well.
Right. Well, wait for part 2. Wait for part 2.
Okay.
Which is, what is the easiest thing in the world?
To recognize someone else's.
Ah, yeah, basically that was it. Oh, that was my dog. It is to give advice. That's the easiest thing in the world. Which I like.
That's a good answer. I think I win that one.
Yeah, you won that one.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good message. It's like, like stop criticizing, stop, clean up your own backyard.
Sure.
So I'm a big fan of that one, at least the message. All right, number 3. A man dreamed that he was sailing on a ship with his father and mother. Mm-hmm. The ship is sinking. Mm-hmm. The man can only save himself and one other person. Mm-hmm. He wants to save both his father and mother. So what should he do?
Well, the answer is very simple. he should attempt, if he wants to save both his father and mother and he doesn't know how, he should attempt to save his father so that his mother could tell him how he's doing it wrong.
Again, I think you improved on the actual answer, which is he should wake up, stop dreaming. Because if you remember, the setup is a man was dreaming that he was.
Oh, you got me so good on this.
Well,
I'll have
our
you know.
ancestors got you so good. I
Yeah.
didn't make it up, but I thought it's very practical. Wake up, smell the coffee, like that. All right, we just got a couple more. Oh, this one is more of like a puzzle,
Okay.
like a what's wrong with this picture. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
When the Jews were in the desert,
Mhm.
Joshua saw a man working on the Sabbath. Joshua found out the name of this man and wrote it down so that he could report the man to Moses.
Well, if Joshua was really doing due diligence, he shouldn't have been writing anything.
There you go. You basically got that was it. Kind of. There was a little more to it, but I like your answer. Right. Well, he said writing.
Oh, don't tell me. Wait.
No, you got it. You basically got it. You got writing is forbidden on the Sabbath, but Joshua forgot that it was Saturday. So you were right. Like he shouldn't be writing on the Sabbath. And
wait, Joshua forgot it was Saturday, even though he saw somebody working on the Sabbath.
Well, there's exactly. How did he notice that the man was violating the Sabbath if he didn't know it was Saturday?
Right.
So
this is what they call a daisy chain of terrible events on the Sabbath.
Well, yeah, I don't think Joshua comes off well. Like he's like a little snitch.
Yeah. I mean, maybe there's an exception that I didn't know about, that you're allowed to write things down if it's to tell on someone else.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think Joshua comes off badly,
Yeah.
All right, we got two more, and then
Joshua needs to spend a little less time seeing the faults in other people and a little more time focusing on Joshua.
He needs to listen to that riddle, the second riddle.
Yeah.
About not criticizing. All right, this one was from the Talmud, so it's not going to translate all that well.
But that's okay. I remember it. I know.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
What animal has one voice when it's alive and seven voices when it's dead?
What animal has one voice when it's alive and seven voices? A flock of cows.
Is that what cows? I thought it was a murder of cows or something.
Well, I mean, coyotes when they howl, they become one, and then when they're
again, I only had heard of this animal because of crossword puzzles. It's the ibis.
Yeah.
The ibis, which is a kind
of emu or the ibis if it's in a crossword puzzle.
Exactly. It's a bird with long legs and a curved beak, and apparently you could make 7 instruments out of its dead carcass of a carcass. So that's the joke. And I don't know what they are. I tried to find them, like I'm guessing a drum from the skin, but I get what I like, I guess, about it, even though it's a little morbid, is the whole idea of repurposing. Like that's very Jewish. Like don't throw away the Kleenex box because you can make it into a nice little storage container for your recipes. Yeah, that kind of thing.
It was before they had Real Simple. They had the
That's right. All right, and then the final one. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, this one is in the what is it in? I think it's in the Mishnah. Is that right? The Midrash. The Midrash.
I meant the Midrash.
Yeah, that's what I meant. And it is the Queen of Sheba asked this riddle of King Solomon. What are the 7 that go out, the 9 that stay in, the 2 that offer drink, and the 1 that drinks? So what are the 7 that go out, the 9 that stay in, the 2 that offer drink, and the 1 that drinks?
And this is one answer for all of them?
No, there are 4 different answers. It's a full parter.
Well, the 7 that go out are the nights,
Like the KNIGHT or the,
the NIGHTS.
oh, I see, because a week of nights. Okay, good.
Yeah. And what was the next one? The 4 that come in?
The 9 that stay in.
The 9 that stay in are the, okay, so the, is the answer gettable? Like, can I get this answer?
No, no,
Oh, I
it's
can't? So the answer
probably
would be
not.
like the 7 that go out are the winds of the sea, and the 9 that come in are, you know, the daughters of Shlemazel, and
Well, you're
um,
thinking, I think you're too sophisticated. Like this is an earthy one. This is down and dirty. The 7 that go out are the days of menstruation.
oh, okay.
The
The
9 that
9 that
stay in
stay in
are the 9 months of
of
pregnancy.
9 months of pregnancy
And then after, this is after the pregnancy, the
uh,
2 that offer drink
are the boobs.
are the boobs. It's a boob joke. And
Yeah.
then the 1 who drinks is
Is the guy who grew up to write this. Right.
exactly, is me after this presentation. Well, that's it. Those are,
Well,
so those
if
are
I
the
thought I
two.
was the Queen of Sheba, I could answer it.
I think you did very well. I think you did very well. Do you have one riddle that you like before you go?
Oh, I wish you had asked me this a long time ago so I could have thought of one, because I do love riddles. I really do. Like I said, my dad's a mathematician, so before I was even allowed to get my like 75-cent allowance, I had to solve. He would say, I'm holding this many coins. You know what it equals. What are they?
Oh, I love that. I
Yeah.
should make my
I'm
kids
holding
work.
8 coins, and you know it equals this much. So I had to break them down in my mind before I could get it. So I really love riddles. They're great.
That is good. I was actually just told a coin riddle, which is, let's see, there's 15, there are 2 coins that equal 15 cents, and one of them is not a nickel. So what are they?
2 coins that equal 15 cents. One is not
And
a nickel. Well, uh,
don't take a drink of water, because this is another spit take that is just gonna make you, you are gonna, because one is a nickel. One, I didn't say they weren't both nickels. You nailed you.
hey,
So tell that to your
that is
dad.
good. That's a good one. All right.
Well, thank you, Michaela. It was a
Thank
delight.
you. That was fun. Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. Bye-bye.
Well, thank you, Michaela. That was awesome. And I have just 2 closing thoughts about riddles and what they say about Jewish culture. And the first reason I think riddles are important is because riddles are all about curiosity and inquisitiveness. And I think that in Judaism, curiosity is a virtue. We wrestle with the truth. And we don't just accept the truth as it is, we wrestle with it. And in the Bible, there's even the scene of Jacob wrestling with God, or God's angel. So literally wrestling, but that's what a metaphor for what we do with meaning. We wrestle with meaning, and that's what riddles at their best do, not necessarily the ones we just heard. The second reason I like riddles is because they're all about ingenuity and surprise, which I also think is a wonderful Jewish value. I believe that Jews often have a different way of looking at the world, a surprising perspective. And that can be everything from Jerry Seinfeld's observational comedy to Albert Einstein and his new way of looking at physics and revolutionizing that. So thank you for trying to guess the riddles, and keep asking questions.